Hello everyone, welcome to The Unbreakable Woman. My name is Jenny. So today we're going to talk about this man called Bankov from Kazakhstan who beat his wife to death. His wife's name is Sultana. He beat her to death for 8 hours. So let me play the video for you. When we come back, we'll talk about it.
TV video has led to uproar across the nation. It shows a former minister beating his wife to death. The assault went on for 8 hours. He's currently on trial for his wife's murder. But it's not just any other trial. This high-profile case has changed the way Kazakhstan looks at domestic violence. It has led to solidarity among women, more police vigilance, and new laws against domestic abuse. But will it change the way the Kazakh society deals with violence against women?
Let me say this. No woman is worth dying for. And no man, for sure, is worth dying for. If your relationship is not working, get out of it. Get away from it if it's not working. Because there are things that we as women we want to fix. There are things that men themselves want to fix also. The Bible says, can two walk together except they're in agreement? If you know that your husband is abusive, woman, don't stay. Whether mental abuse, physical abuse. Because sometimes we will tell ourselves, if I stay longer, he's going to change. If I talk to him the more, he's going to change.
Is Khondaik Bishimbayev, Kazakhstan's former economy minister, a high-profile businessman, a favorite of former President Nazarbayev. He's on trial right now. Why? For beating his wife Sultanat Nukinova to death. Last November, he and Nukinova were at a restaurant. It was owned by one of his relatives. CCTV footage shows him punching her, kicking her, dragging her by the hair. He then dragged her to a separate room. There were no cameras there. And that's where he beat her to death. The assault went on for 8 hours. When it ended, Bishimbayev called his fortune teller. He assured him that his wife was fine. The ambulance arrived, but 12 hours later. By then, Nukinova was dead.
If I let him beat me, the more he's going to change. If I cry for him, the more he's going to change. An abusive man is always an abusive man. There is nothing you do for him that will make him change. It's like making a mountain on a molded hill. This lady, Sultana, she was beaten 8 hours. You saw it in the video. 8 hours. She was dragged by her hair to the hotel room where she was beaten for 8 hours. And the ambulance didn't come to her until 12 hours later. I don't know what that man is or who he is rather, but what I can tell you he's a monster. People like that should be sacrificed to the lions. People like that should be put in prison for the rest of their lives. You see, that part of the world, we can't tell what their judicial system is because he's a rich man. He probably might be getting away with the murder. We're going to cross our fingers and watch and see what is going to happen to him. How can a man in his right mind beat a woman, a small woman, to death? I always tell men, if you want to fight, if you want to beat up somebody, go look for a man who is built like you. Go beat up that person. You want to exercise your power, you want to exercise your authority, go look for a man of your size and see if you can beat that person. Don't look for a woman who is weak, who is feeble, a woman who doesn't have the same strength that you have. Just because you think you have authority, you have money, you have power, then you can beat your wife. This is why I tell women, does it worth it staying in that relationship? Sometimes there are things that cannot be fixed. There are men that you can't change their mind. They are who they are. They cannot change. The only person that will change them is God. I remember when I was married, my ex will, go out with women, and when he comes back, I will be crying. I remember this day praying for him. I was kneeling by their bedside while he was sleeping. I was praying. The Spirit of the Lord ministered to me. He said to that spirit that was inside of me ministering, said to me, stop praying for him. Start praying for yourself and your children. I will visit him in my own time. You see, when the Spirit of the Lord speaks to you, it's very gentle. When the Spirit of the Lord speaks to you, it's very calm and it's very sweet. That's why I tell people, know God yourself. When that Spirit of the Lord ministered to me, it took me to scriptures in the Bible. One of the scriptures I started using was, Lord, when you come with your wrath, when you come with your judgment, please spare me and my children. Another scripture I was using whenever I was praying was, it still is, let not the rod of the wicked rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. I told God, please, let not the rod of this man rest upon me and upon my children, lest we put forth our hands unto iniquity. Years and years later, the Lord answered me. I tell women, that energy you are using to concentrate on a man, if you put half of that energy into your own self, oh my goodness, the heavens are your starting point. That energy you are using to and cry and wail and call him, where are you? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Who are you not talking to? If you put half of that energy into your life, you will be a glowing woman. I remember one time I was dating somebody. He's a Nigerian. We were having a conversation in my apartment. He said to me, Jane, I don't like a woman to speak when I'm speaking. He said, because when I speak and a woman speaks, I can lift you up and leave you in the air. He said that's the kind of authority he wants to have over me and my children. I listened to his conversation. That was the end of it. I don't want anybody lifting me up in the air. Because for me, I know what I can handle and what I cannot handle. No man is going to lift me up in the air. Because I know what that means. For a man to already tell you who he is before you marry him, when you marry him, you think he's going to change. He's not going to change. He is who he is. But we women, we think we're going to pray our way out. We're going to sacrifice our way out. We're going to fast for him. We're going to change him. We're going to do this. We're going to do that for him. He doesn't want it. I tell women, your children lose you, they'll be very, very devastated. Because once you are gone, guess what? That man, they wouldn't even put you in the grave before another woman start flipping egg and burgers for him. So it's better you come out of that relationship, out of that marriage with your sanity. I know it's hard, I know it's tough. I went through it. But guess what? It gets better as the day goes by. It gets sweeter as the day goes by. That's why I said the Lord is the strength of a woman. Don't die like this, my sister in Kazakhstan died because of a man. Because a man beat her to death. My sister died, was killed by her own husband. So I know what domestic violence looks like. That's why I always advocate to women, if you don't like the way he treats you. Let him go. Let him be. Because there are plenty of fishes in the ocean. It doesn't worth it, because if you kill yourself, or if you let a man kill you over some stupid stuff, or over him, guess what? Your children will be without a mother. And you think that man is going to take care of your children? No. He will be in jail. Now your children won't have a mom. They won't have a dad. So does he want it? It doesn't want it. Leave him alone. Don't die like this, my sister, that died, that was killed, murdered by her own husband in the name of love. I will talk to you next time. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget that the Lord is the strength of a woman, and nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. My books are on Amazon.com. This one is Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life, and this is The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, My Untold Truth. This is the hell I went through in my marriage. Married to a bishop for 13 years. So when I speak about relationship, I have first-hand information when it comes to relationship, when it comes to marrying men of God. That's why I made a video the other time. I said, pastors' wives, speak out or die in silence. I will talk to you next time. Take care of yourself, and please do take care of each other. Bye.
The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife. My untold truth is a release from my hurt and pain. It is not born from resentment or sorrow, but a celebration of life, joy, gratitude, peace of mind, growth, fulfillment, and achievement. I have come to realize that I am the creator of my own life, whether good or bad, and nothing is a mistake or a tragedy. The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife was concealed under my innermost heart for 22 years, and today the truth has been told. Get it on Amazon today.